Monkey Tools from Table or Range Monkey can create tables, named ranges, or named ranges for dynamic arrays. And that's what I want to show you right now. Of course, the reality here is that your version of Excel must support dynamic arrays for this to work, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter if you don't, because this feature just won't kick in for you. So it's not going to cause any issues. Now what you can see here is that I have a set of tabular data, and I have referred to that using a formula for C8 to E12. It is blocked right now because there's something here, but let's just prove that this really is a dynamic array here. We'll delete that cell and let it spill. So there we go. Everything's working nicely here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and provide this dynamic array with a name. I'm going to press Control T as if I were building a table. And what I get is I get the Monkey Tools Create Table or Named Range dialog. So this is pretty good. You'll notice that it's got selected ARY. I'm just going to go and call this one ARY data, just for, well, let's call it data 1 because we've got 2 we're going to work with here. And again, we can set the scope to be workbook or worksheet level if we want to do so. You'll notice here that the reference for the dynamic array does end in the hash mark, which is the way that we reference arrays in Excel. So that works perfectly there. We can now say OK, and what we'll find is that we now have our dynamic array set up. So if I were to say, go right click and get data from table or range, because the array is already there, what we'll find in our source step is it is referring to the name I gave it, which is ARY data 1. So there we go. That works out pretty nicely. We can now go and say, close and load. There we are. And this will create the Power Query for me that I want to use to point to this. Now, what if we just go and say, let's go straight to dynamic array 2 and go right click and choose to get data from table or range. We won't bother naming it first. It pops up the dialog. Once again, as you might expect by now, same thing is happening here. I'm going to call this ARY data 2. It's not giving me the ability to create a connection-only query because I triggered this from the get data dialog. So at that point, when I say OK, it's going to pop open into Power Query. It's going to bring that data in, let me add more steps, do anything I want, and then I can always choose to load it to a worksheet or to the data model or to a connection, whatever I prefer to do. I'll leave mine as connection for right now, which is my default, so I'm just going to hit close and load. And away we go. We now have both of these dynamic arrays set up. Now the question, of course, is how dynamic are they? Well, let's find out. Let's go and grab some data here. Let's go right click here. I'm going to insert some cells. We'll shift these ones down here. We can see that our dynamic arrays have already updated. I can go and drop some numbers in here. There we go. So we've got some new values in it. And now I'm going to go and actually edit my query because I want to make sure that we have all the way down to the row that goes 28, 34, 25. So we're just going to jump into ARY data 1 to start with. We're going to refresh the preview, and there we go. That last row is showing up here, no problem whatsoever. If I go to ARY data 2 and I refresh the preview again, once again, those things are actually showing up because they are targeted to the named ranges that I actually created, and they are dynamically reevaluating when we do the refresh to see what's going on. Okay, so there you go. That's how we work with dynamic arrays in the From Table or Range Monkey. Thanks for watching this episode of Using Monkey Tools. To get your own monkey, visit our website at monkeytools.ca. Or if you subscribe to Skillwave's Self-Service Business Intelligence Academy, you'll get a free annual pro license included with your subscription. And remember, Monkey Tools was developed to support better Excel and Power BI solutions. If you want to learn how to really master these tools, you should definitely check out our full course catalog at skillwave.training.